Just imagine, the Falcons' secondary defense, already on shaky ground, could be faced with a game-changing opportunity just weeks before training camp begins. But instead of finding a surefire solution, the front office remains silent. What if I told you the answer could be in the wild, with the full potential to tip the scales in our favor? I'll tell you all the details, but first, be sure to hit the like button and follow along. Now, who could that opportunity be? I'm talking about Asante Samuel Jr., yes, the same name that once commanded respect in Atlanta, now echoing through the halls of Flowery Branch with the potential for redemption written all over his face. And Falcons Nation, you deserve to hear every detail of this unfolding drama. Let's get right to the heart of the matter. The 2024 Atlanta Falcons cornerback room was, at best, inconsistent. A.J. Terrell, the seasoned vet and highest-paid defensive back on the roster, did his part. He held down the fort like a pro. But after that, the cracks start to show. Mike Hughes and D. Alford, both veterans expected to bring stability and experience, fell short. And it wasn't subtle. Fans saw it, analysts noted it, and yet, when the offseason came around, the team brought them both back. Now, let's pause there. For some, Hughes' return was palatable. He had flashes. But Alford? That stung. His performance late last season left fans frustrated and questioning the direction of the defensive strategy. Yet here he is again, back on the roster, and the fan base is split. That discontent has sparked something bigger, hope that the Falcons aren't done dealing just yet. Enter Asante Samuel Jr., the 25-year-old corner is still sitting on the open market. His name alone brings nostalgia. His father, Asante Samuel Sr., closed out his career as a Falcon, a fan favorite in his own right. Imagine the poetic symmetry of Junior donning the red and black. But this isn't about feel-good stories. This is about fit, skill, and urgency. Samuel Jr. brings more than just a legacy. He brings production. Over 4 seasons with the Los Angeles Chargers, he notched 176 tackles, 37 pass deflections, and 6 interceptions. That's the kind of resume that instantly upgrades any secondary in the league. And in 2023, he reached a new level, earning a 75.6 PFF grade in coverage, a career best. So why hasn't he been signed? One word: injuries. In 2024, he was sidelined after just 4 games due to a shoulder injury. And in May, it was revealed he underwent neck surgery in April. That's not nothing. It's a serious red flag. But here's the thing. He's only missed 5 games in his rookie year prior to this latest setback. If the surgery holds and the recovery sticks, you're looking at a steal waiting to happen. Now, let's talk dollars. According to Over the Cap, Atlanta has just under $5 million in effective cap space for 2025 and a mere $522,000 for 2026. That doesn't leave much wiggle room. But with the salary cap expected to rise, this could be a calculated risk worth taking. A short-term, incentive-laden deal? That's a win-win for both sides. The Falcons get a starter-caliber cornerback. Samuel Jr. gets a shot at redemption and a chance to honor his father's legacy. And it doesn't end there. Because while one potential upgrade remains unsigned, the rumor mill just dropped a bombshell, a proposed blockbuster trade that could send Kyle Pitts to Miami and bring Tyreek Hill to Atlanta. Yes, you heard that right. On paper, it sounds crazy. Pitts, once seen as the future of the tight end position, swapped for a 31-year-old receiver with a massive contract and a bit of baggage. But the deeper you dig, the more this trade starts to make a strange kind of sense. Miami just shipped off Jonnu Smith, 88 receptions, 884 yards, and 8 touchdowns last year, to the Steelers. They tried patching the hole with Darren Waller, but at 32 and coming off a down year, he might not even make the roster. They need a dynamic tight end, and Pitts fits the bill. Meanwhile, Hill's time in Miami may be nearing its end. Reports suggest turmoil, locker room issues, sideline behavior, and declining production. He's still elite, no doubt. But the Dolphins could view this as the right time to cut ties. And for the Falcons? It's about sending a message: we're in win-now mode. Imagine Tyreek Hill lining up opposite Drake London, with Darnell Mooney in the slot and Bijan Robinson in the backfield. For Michael Penix Jr., it's an arsenal that rivals any in the league. And it's not just fantasy hype. This trade would shift the dynamics of the NFC South overnight. That's the vision. That's the urgency. And that's why this moment feels so pivotal. Between a high-upside free agent and Samuel Jr. and the whispers of a franchise-altering trade, the Falcons are standing at a crossroads. And what they do next will define the narrative of this season. Let's hear it, Falcons fans. Would you go all in on Samuel Jr. despite the injury history? Would you trade Pitts for Hill knowing what it could mean for the locker room and cap? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And here's where it gets even more intense. While the idea of bringing in Tyreek Hill electrifies fans, the reality of losing Kyle Pitts is equally complex. Pitts arrived in Atlanta with sky-high expectations. A generational talent at tight end, he exploded in his rookie year with over 1,000 yards, showing flashes of transcendent potential. But since then, it's been a frustrating ride. Whether due to scheme issues, quarterback instability, or simply a misalignment of talent, he hasn't recaptured that early spark. Now imagine a new beginning for both Pitts and Hill. For Pitts, a coach like Mike McDaniel in Miami, who just unlocked Jonnu Smith's best season, might be the perfect antidote to his stagnation. And for Hill, a new team, a new quarterback, and a chance to reset the narrative with a franchise hungry to win. Financially, the trade could actually help both teams. Hill is set to earn $27.7 million, a significant cap hit, and the Dolphins may view this as a way to reset their books and future-proof their offense. Meanwhile, the Falcons would be absorbing that contract, but in return, they'd be making a clear, unequivocal statement to the rest of the NFL: Atlanta is done waiting. The rebuild is over. The hunt for the NFC South crown starts now. Of course, there are risks. Hill's recent dip in production, locker room questions, and age can't be ignored. He'll be 31 this season. But it's just as true that last year, before his ankle injury, he was on pace for 2,000 receiving yards. That kind of explosiveness doesn't disappear overnight. From a fantasy football perspective, this deal would shake things up dramatically. In Atlanta, Hill's presence could elevate the entire offense. Defenses wouldn't be able to stack the box against Bidge and Robinson. Mooney and London would face more single coverage. And most importantly, Penix Jr. would have a cheat code in his first full season under center. But the real winner? The fans. Because whether it's bringing in a young stud like Asante Samuel Jr. to tighten up the secondary, or swinging big for a superstar like Tyreek Hill, the Falcons would be showing something we've all been waiting to see: urgency, boldness, commitment to winning now. And that's the heart of it. This offseason has all the ingredients of a turning point. But it's up to the front office to pull the trigger. To bet on health. To bet on potential. To bet on victory. So now I'm throwing it to you, Falcons fans. Do you want the team to go after Asante Samuel Jr.? Would you make the trade, Pitts and a third-rounder for Tyreek Hill? What would you sacrifice for a shot at the playoffs, at respect, at redemption? Let me know in the comments. And if you're fired up about the direction this team could be headed, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment in this wild ride we call Falcons football. Let's rise up, together. Go Falcons!